Hey, what's going on, dudes and dudettes? It's Pip Surfer with another daily update for the Cowabunga system. Today's Thursday, November 5th, 2009. Hope you all are having a great day today. I just want to go ahead and get right into today's update. Before you continue with this video, I want to make sure that if you have not been to this blog before, then this video will be a complete confusion for you. In fact, if this is your first time, you want to go and click on a link. And in fact, I'll go to it right now. If you are looking at this blog, this link right here, right at the top where it says, if this is your first time visiting this blog, read this first. You're going to want to click on this link because it's going to give you the rules to the system and how you can kind of follow along. Once you get the rules, you want to study it, make sure you understand what's going on, and then after you digest it all in, then come back and these videos will make a lot more sense. I see a lot of comments of people really confused as to what the heck it is I'm talking about in these videos. So if you click that link, it'll give you all the information you need. Alright, so right now I have two time frames of one currency pair. The currency pair we're trading is the sterling dollar, and we have a 15-minute and a 4-hour chart open right now. So first thing we want to do is take a look at our overall trend, and we do this by looking at our 4-hour chart. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this to before midnight. You can see what it looked like, and you can see our most recent trend change candle was for an uptrend, and that was on the 11th, excuse me, the 3rd. And if you look up until this point, we have not had any new trend change candles since then, meaning that the trend still has remained up. So if I move forward through today's action, you can see that there have been no new trend change candles during our trading session. Therefore, the trend has remained up, and we were only looking for long trades. So pretty straightforward and simple there. Remember, throughout today's action, these indicators don't really play a factor. Remember, the indicators on a 4-hour chart only make a difference when we are looking at a possible trend change candle. So don't worry about the indicators on the 4-hour chart through today's action. Okay, now I can go to my 15-minute chart, and I'm going to move this to before midnight. And before we start trading, of course, we want to take a look at our news events. And again, you can go to babypips.com, click on this tools tab, and it's going to automatically bring up the news events for the day. Just make sure that this time zone is correct to where you are living, because you don't want to have the wrong times. But remember, we're looking for news that affects either the sterling or the dollar. Everything else doesn't really play a factor unless it's a pretty major event. So today we had a couple news events. One was at 4:30. Sterling had a couple of news reports: industrial production, manufacturing production. At 7 we had a couple big ones for the sterling with the BOE rate decision and asset purchase target. So those were pretty big. You wanted to watch out for those. 8:30 is when you'll see a lot of the U.S. news, and you can see we had a bunch of them. Continuing claims, jobless claims, unit labor costs, non-farm productivity. So all of those at 8:30, so you want to jot that down. And that pretty much does it. So 4:30, 7, and 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time for me. I'm just going to jot those down on a notepad. You know, you don't need anything fancy, and I'm just going to keep it close by me so I know when to look out for the news events. And once I have that ready, I'm ready to start trading. Here I am on my 15-minute chart again, and remember, I'm just looking for long trades, and I have my news events ready, and so I can begin my trading day. And so now what I'm going to do is simulate what my day might look like by moving my chart forward one candle at a time. And you can see that right at midnight we already had a crossover. However, let's look at the indicators. RSI is above 50, stochastics are trending up, but you can see that MACD was already positive from the candle before. So this cancels out the signal and you wouldn't enter here. So no trade, no entry. We just continue to watch it and move along. Okay, so the first thing that really is going to catch my attention is if I see a crossover to the upside, and so I see one here at 3:15. Now again, I just want to look at my indicators, make sure they line up. RSI is above 50, stochastics are trending up. However, again, MACD was already positive from the candle before. This cancels out the signal and we wouldn't enter. So again, just still sitting by and watching, so no entry, and I'll continue to move the chart forward. Okay, here is our 4:30 candle. Remember, it's a news event. You can see a lot of volatility there. We continue to move forward. Here we get a crossover at 6:30. This closes at 6:45. Remember, we have news coming out at 7, so that automatically raises a red flag and not to enter. But let's just look at the indicators anyways, just for fun. RSI is above 50. Stochastics are trending up. But again, MACD was already positive from the candle before, so no entry, even if it wasn't near news event. And here's 6:45, closes at 7, and here's our 7 o'clock candle. Remember, with the BOE rate decision and all that jazz. So that was an important news event. You can see a lot of movement there. So we wouldn't even enter this candle because it's a news candle. So again, still waiting on the sidelines. You don't want to pull any triggers too fast. You want to make sure that you are in a good position to trade. Okay, here we get a crossover at 10:30. RSI is above 50. Stochastics trending up. This time MACD was negative and gaining value, so this makes this a valid entry. There's no news events around this time, so we can go ahead and enter. And we want to enter at the close of this candle or as close to it as possible, and that's at 66.08. Now our stop loss is going to be at our most recent swing low, which is at 65.35, and our target's going to be at the nearest 50 or 0 level, which in this case is 66.50. So it gives us a good amount of potential profit there. And now I'll just let my trade continue to ride. And you can see it doesn't go in our direction like we would want it to. And so here's where we're at right now. And as I do this update, it's about 1:16 Eastern Time PM. I went ahead and exited my trade at 1. Again, right now this is where you can hold it to as late as 4 p.m. as the rule state, but again, it's really at your discretion once it gets past noon, because volume really dies down, and it's really up to you. And I just decided to go ahead and cut my losses and exit right here. I got out at 65.80. Just so I cut some of my losses. I still took a loss, but you know, volume's kind of low. I'm not going to really bank on it going in my direction. It could shoot up. It could, you know, anything could happen. There's still a lot of time. But again, I wouldn't recommend holding it till anytime past 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Then you're really just, you know, there's really no volume going on there. But you can go. It's really, again, it's at your own discretion. You know, it's your money, so do with it as you want. So that's my thing. I just went ahead and exit at 1, cut some losses, no big deal, and I'll just wait till tomorrow or wait till the next trade. So as you can see from the day, we had a lot of potential crossovers, a lot of potential signals, but out of all of those we only had one, and unfortunately for me it was a slight loser, but that's okay. You just got to keep moving, keep going forward, and remember, we're just pouncing like a lion. We're pouncing whenever the opportunity looks its best, and that's what the system really is for. It's to identify those times when the probability of us winning is at its greatest, and today it just didn't really work out in our favor, but that's okay. We got there's always going to be more trades. The trades will always be there, so don't get too discouraged. But hopefully you saw what I saw. Maybe you had the same thoughts that I had, and that's really the goal of this video, is to get you to start thinking like a trader, like someone who trades a system every single day, and just get used to the motions and used to the repetition and discipline of it. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask on the blog or post it in the forums. Again, somebody will help you out. We have a good community here. But that's it for today's update, and I will see you all in the next one. Cowabunga, dudes.